What if the only thing standing between you and unlimited wealth is a simple shift in your imagination? Tonight, I'm sharing Neville Goddard's exact method for manifesting money. And by the end, you'll know what to do before you fall asleep to begin attracting wealth into your life. The fundamental principle. Neville taught one revolutionary idea. Your consciousness is the only reality. The money in your bank account right now is just the outpicturing of your past assumptions about money. You are not trying to get money. You are trying to be the person who has money. The moment you assume you are wealthy, you set in motion every force necessary to make that assumption a fact, not tomorrow. Right now, in consciousness, you are wealthy. The outer world simply needs time to catch up. Most people look at their empty bank account and say, "I need money." And what are they doing? Affirming their poverty. But here's what Neville discovered. You cannot attract wealth while conscious of being poor. Your outer world must match your inner conviction. The wealth assumption. Here's the most important instruction. Feel wealthy before the money comes. Not after you see it. Not after you get the check. Before. You must generate the feeling of wealth first, and the money will follow. How? Through your imagination. Tonight, before you fall asleep, imagine a scene that implies you're already wealthy. Not that you will be wealthy, that you are wealthy now. Examples. Imagine looking at your bank statement, seeing a balance that thrills you. Imagine your financial advisor congratulating you. Imagine easily paying for something expensive without stress. The key: your scene must be short, simple, and imply fulfillment. You're not imagining yourself trying to get money. You're imagining yourself having money as a present fact. The nightly practice. Here's your exact method. First, decide what would make you feel wealthy. What would make you feel rich, secure, and abundant. Second, create a short scene, just seconds long, that would naturally occur if you were already wealthy. Make it first person. You're experiencing it now. Third, as you lie in bed tonight relaxed and drowsy, replay this scene over and over. Loop it. Feel it. Make it real. The secret most people miss. Feel the naturalness of it. Don't feel excitement like it's a miracle. Feel the calm, natural satisfaction of someone simply living their wealthy life. The wealthy don't walk around astonished at their wealth. They assume it. It's natural to them. That is the feeling you're cultivating. The daytime discipline. During the day, protect your assumption of wealth. When thoughts of lack arise, immediately revise them. Catch yourself saying, "I can't afford that," and revise it to, "I can afford anything I desire." Your inner conversations about money are creating your financial reality. All day long, you talk to yourself about money. Your subconscious is listening to every word. And if you say, "I'm always broke, money is hard," you're decreeing poverty. But if you say, "Money flows to me easily, I am prosperous, I am wealthy," you're decreeing abundance. Neville said, "Assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled and continue in that assumption." Your sustained assumption hardens into fact. The bridge of incidents. You might wonder, but how will the money come? This is where most people sabotage themselves. They try to figure out the how. But Neville taught, the how is not your concern. Your concern is the end. Assume the wealth and let the universe build the bridge. The money might come through a raise, an opportunity, an unexpected gift, an idea, an inheritance, an investment return, or in ways you cannot imagine right now. Your job is not to figure out how. Your job is to assume it is done and walk across the bridge when it appears. Now let me tell you something that will determine whether you succeed or fail with this method. Persistence. Most people try this technique for a night or two, don't see immediate results, and give up. They say, "It doesn't work." But that's not true. They didn't persist long enough for their assumption to harden into fact. Neville said, "An assumption, though false, if persisted in, will harden into fact." Think about that. Even if your current reality contradicts your assumption, if you persist in assuming wealth, it must become your reality. It's a law. It's as certain as gravity. So when you imagine your wealth tonight and tomorrow night and the night after that, and you wake up to the same bank account, don't waver, don't doubt, don't say this isn't working. Instead, persist. Because every night you assume your wealth, you're impressing it deeper into your subconscious. You are building the bridge. You're setting forces in motion that you cannot see with your physical eyes. The outer world is always the last to know. Your assumption must first become so natural, so accepted by your subconscious mind, that it has no choice but to materialize. The test of faith. Here's what will happen. The universe will test your assumption. Bills will come. Unexpected expenses will arise. People will remind you of your current financial situation. Your senses will scream at you that you're not wealthy. This is the test. This is where most people fail. When these moments come, and they will, you must make a choice. Will you react from your old assumption of poverty? Or will you respond from your new assumption of wealth? If you react from poverty, you break your assumption. You return to lack, and you start over. But if you respond from wealth, if you say to yourself, "I am wealthy," this is handled. Money flows to me easily. You pass the test, you remain faithful to your assumption, and you move closer to its manifestation. Neville taught, the time it takes for your assumption to become fact depends on the naturalness of your feeling of already being what you want to be. So make it natural, make it real, make it as certain in your mind as the fact that the sun will rise tomorrow. Your wealth is inevitable. I want you to understand something profound. Once you truly assume wealth, once you feel it as naturally as you feel your own existence, your wealth becomes inevitable. Not possible, not probable, inevitable. Because consciousness is the only reality. And if you are wealthy in consciousness, you must become wealthy in fact. It's not a matter of if, it's only a matter of when. And the when depends entirely on how faithfully you maintain your assumption. So tonight, when you do this technique, don't do it with hope. Don't do it with desperation. Do it with certainty. Do it with the calm confidence of someone who knows, absolutely knows that they are wealthy. Feel it so deeply that if someone asked you right now, "Are you wealthy?" you would answer yes without hesitation. Not, "I will be." Not, "I hope to be." Yes, I am wealthy. Right now, in consciousness. And the physical world is simply catching up. So here's your commitment. For the next 30 days, you will fall asleep every single night, assuming your wealth is an accomplished fact. You will use the congratulations technique. You will feel the naturalness of being wealthy. You will persist regardless of circumstances. And during those 30 days, you will protect your assumption. You will revise thoughts of lack. You will speak to yourself about money the way the wealthy do. You will live from wealth, not for wealth. Can you do this? Can you be faithful to your assumption for 30 days? The power has always been yours. Now go and use it. The overnight technique. Here's the most powerful technique for money. Tonight, as you drift off to sleep, imagine someone who loves you, a friend, a family member, saying, "Congratulations, I heard about your financial success. You must be so thrilled." And you respond, "Yes, it's wonderful. Everything changed." That's it. Repeat it over and over as you fall asleep. Why is this powerful? Because it implies your financial breakthrough has already happened. It's done. Someone is congratulating you for what already occurred. This is living in the end. This is assuming the wish fulfilled. The decision. You're standing at a crossroads. One path leads to continuing your current financial state. The other leads to wealth, abundance, and financial freedom? Which path depends on one thing? What are you going to assume about yourself and money? Are you going to continue assuming you're broke, that money is hard to come by? Or are you going to dare to assume you are wealthy, that money flows to you easily, that you are financially free? Neville proved that assumption creates reality, not hard work, not luck, not circumstances. Assumption. So, assume wealth. Feel it now. Live from it now. And persist in that assumption until the outer world has to conform to your inner conviction. Tonight, before you fall asleep, you know exactly what to do. Imagine your wealth as an already accomplished fact. Feel it. Live in it. And let your assumption harden into reality. The choice is yours. The power is yours. The wealth is yours, if you dare to assume it. Now go and claim what is already yours in consciousness.